Hello, budgeting family and friends. My name is Shirria. This is the Shirria Mag channel where I am documenting my six-figure debt-free journey as an entrepreneurial licensed clinical social worker with a virtual private practice, also working part-time along with my husband, who is a welder. Together, we have a combined income of $130,000 annually. I am a licensed clinical social worker. He is a welder. We started our journey in October of 2023 with $305,884. And the goal is to have that debt eliminated by December 31st, 2026. And we are documenting that journey and sharing it along with you guys here. And I do monthly budgets, weekly budgets, transfer Tuesdays, debt updates, and because I am an entrepreneur, I also report my private practice income earnings at the end of every month. Today's video is the March monthly budget closeout, and we will get right into it. All right, so the budget that we have here starts March 1st and it goes to March 31st. The income for the month of March was planned at $9,896.68, and the actual income that we earned for the month of March was $10,326.48. And again, that was his weekly paychecks, my weekly paychecks, my part-time bi-weekly paychecks, and our rental income. And then I did also earn $83.50 as a side hustle, and that was from doing my aunt's hair. We go over to savings. Savings for the month was planned at $1,160, and what we actually saved was $1,080. That was with $200 going to my high yield savings account. That's not including the $75 that is automatically deposited from my part-time job. $250 went into my husband's savings account. $20 went towards our investments. $143 went into Christmas for the month of March for 2024. $45.86 was actually attributed or deposited into my son's college account. We planned to save $200 for my daughter, but she actually got $101.14. And then we put $300 into our sinking fund for our investment property, and he actually put $320. And again, that brought our total savings for the month of March to $1,080. We go over to bills for the month of March, and for the month our bills are planned at $1,793.05. That is $1,080 on our mortgage. That has since increased, and I need to get the monthly allotment and update that, but we actually put $1,331.98. We do pay our mortgage weekly. Farm Bureau, which is our life insurance, is $133.26. Apple Storage $9.99, and for some reason I ended up paying $20.65. What I actually was paying for the $10.66 was actually Apple TV. I forgot to cancel the free subscription, but I have since done that, and it won't come out in May. My husband's cell phone is $58. Music and arts is my son's instrument rental, and that's $41.63. Planet Fitness at $25.05. The insurance did not come out for whatever reason, but that is usually $97.78. $330 for our our electric bill, utility bill, and that's on a budget bill, so it will always be $330 until they redo it at the end of the year. $16.54 to Netflix, and then we did have to pay insurance twice for the month of March, but it's normally $392.11, and we paid $784.20. Again, a payment came out at the beginning of March, and it came out at the end of March. So that brought our actual bills for the month of March to $2,741.31. Expenses for the month of March were planned at $2,370. That was with $550 towards groceries for the month. We actually spent $405.36. $500 in gas for the month, and we actually spent $928.48 in gas. That is a lot. Beauty maintenance was budgeted at $50. I actually spent $170, and as excited as I was about my nails being done, they look horrible now, and this is not normally how they look after 2 weeks. I mean, I got the dip this time and it just did not seem to last like it normally does. It normally will last like 3 weeks, but I've had 3 nails to pop off and it's just not looking good. So I don't know. I really just want to focus on my natural nails, but they're so weak and brittle. So I don't know. Boys hair was budgeted at $50 and we did not spend anything. Toiletries was budgeted at $200 and we spent $45.60 on toiletries. Same for household, but we didn't spend anything on household. Fast food was budgeted at $200 and we only spent $204.61, so that's exciting. Date night was $50 and we only spent $21.54. Zero for spend for me, zero for spend for my husband. Miscellaneous was at $320 and we actually spent $658.43. And then tithe was planned at $250 and we actually tithed $420.60 for the month of March. So we transitioned over to debt. Debt for the month of March was planned at $2,222.79. That was with $46.03 on the Barclays card. You know, we paid the Barclays card off, so that was snowballed into the next card. Amazon American Express, the minimum payment is $40. It is at a zero balance, so that is rolled over. Will's Platinum American Express is at $40 and that is sitting at a zero balance, so that was snowballed. My Platinum American Express had a balance of $64.50. I don't quite remember where that came from, to be honest. It may have been like some Amazon purchases, but I pay, if I do use cards, I'm at the point where I pay the balance off by the end, the statement balance by the end of the month to avoid any interest. So I did pay that off. $25 is on my husband's Capital One card, and that has a zero balance, so that is snowball. Ulta was at $30. The minimum payment is $30. I had put $54.43 up there. The reason I use my Ulta card is because I have points, but again, I typically will try not to spend any more than what I put into my beauty maintenance budget for the month. And so this was actually to get some skincare products, because regardless of what journey I'm on, I'm gonna invest in my skin, particularly because I don't like to wear makeup. So I try to take care of my skin so I don't need makeup, I guess. No offense to the people who do wear makeup. I wasn't raised, my mom doesn't wear makeup, and so it's just never been anything that I prioritize doing. If I go somewhere or I have an event, I will get my face done, but I don't wear it on an everyday basis. So my state employees credit union credit card has a minimum payment of $50. That is sitting at a zero balance, so that is snowballed. My Hilton American Express, I always tell everybody that my kids are authorized users on this card. 2 of the 3 kids usually can cover their own expenses because they do work. My daughter, who's in college, she does not work. She lost her job. She's currently looking, but I do allow her to put gas and groceries on this card. And then I will pay it off, or I'll take money out of the $200 that we set aside for her each month and pay off her expenses. My husband's Hilton American Express did have a balance, because I think he put the bowling that we did for my stepson's 18th birthday on the card, but that was the balance and we paid that right back off. Sam's Club has a zero balance, so that payment is snowballed. Best Buy, zero balance, so that payment is snowballed. The PayPal has a minimum payment of $35, and then we will pay whatever interest accruing balances. But for whatever reason, I probably paid $36.79 to even it out. And so my husband's PayPal card has a minimum payment of $41, and so that is what he paid. Citi card has a minimum payment of $50.60, but we actually paid $2,000 for the month of March, and that was the combination of my part-time income and the snowball payments. Delta American Express has a zero balance, and so that is snowballed into the Target debt. On the financial, the monthly payment is $1,000.78, but I do take 15% from my part-time paycheck and pay on the principal. So I ended up paying $1,328.30 to Honda Financial. The HELOC is due on the 2nd, and the minimum payment is $288, and we paid $288. And then my student loans, I break them up because when I start to tackle my student loans, I will be paying them one at a time, obviously. But the full payment is lumped in together, and it's $357.57, and that comes out on the 6th of every month, and it doesn't make a bit of a difference to the balances of my student loans. So that brought the total debt for the month of March to $4,864.03, and I'll go more in depth, more into detail about the $4,864.03 when I do my debt confession update. So we go over to the budgeted versus the actual. The planned income for the month of March was again $9,896.68. The actual income was $10,326.48. Income saved was planned at $1,160, and we actually saved $1,080. The income spent, which is a combination of bills and expenses, was planned at $4,163.05, and we actually spent $5,595.93. And the debt to be paid off was planned at $2,222.79, and we actually paid off $4,864.03. We go up to the percentage breakdown, and starting with savings, you can see we put 9.4% of savings, of our income towards savings. I like to see this number anywhere but at 10% or more. So I'm a little disappointed that it's 9.4, but again, I'm excited that we were able to save 9.4% of our income. 23.8% of our income went towards bills. 24.7% of our income went towards expenses, and 42.1% of our income went towards debt. I typically like to see this at 50% or more. So we go down to the expenses that I track, and I don't go over these one for one. As you can see for March, it was a lot. I typically like to go over the expenses where I was over in categories. So it looks like gas, beauty maintenance, fast food, miscellaneous, and tithing. It looks like we had to put quite a bit of gas. I know for a little time my husband was driving the big truck, and anytime he's driving the big truck, it kills our budget. I know there were 2 weeks 2 days, like back to back, I had to put gas in my car because we had to put gas in my car to go to Charlotte, and then gas in my car to come back from Charlotte. Then here, look, a snowball payment of the city and Amazon American Express. Gas in the big truck, gas in the Honda Pilot. I did go a little bit crazy in Lowe's with some plants. Groceries for my mom's 60th birthday. That is what put us over in the miscellaneous. Gas for the Honda, more groceries for my mom's 60th birthday dinner. Fast food. Gas in the big truck, gas in the Camry. Stuff for banana pudding, gas in the Honda. Groceries, gas, snowball payment, Chick-fil-A, Chinese food, McDonald's, miscellaneous again. I bought a sweater from Marshall's, getting clothes out of the cleaners, gas in the truck, Ashton's payment, activities while my son was on spring break, miscellaneous, also concrete for the new mailbox, miscellaneous, gas in the Honda Pilot, Dunkin' Donuts, groceries, another miscellaneous fund for a fundraiser, gas in the Camry, church shirts again. So I definitely need to create a clothing fund. Gas in the Honda, McDonald's, ice cream, Easter clothes, gas in the Camry, toothpaste. So quite a bit of spending for the month of March. But overall, that's it. So I'm excited to see where we start April, paying off $4,864.03. What kind of damage that did to our $305,884 worth of debt. As far as reflections, I don't necessarily feel like I have any really big ones for the month of March. It looks like we definitely need to focus more. I'm glad to see that we're not going extremely over budget in fast food, because I know that is a budget buster for us. I don't feel like the miscellaneous is something that I will continue to be that much over in miscellaneous. That was an expense, though. A lot of that was me not appropriately planning for my mom's 60th birthday. The gas, I think my husband is aware of how much it is costing when he drives the big truck. And I'm not going to tell him not to drive it, obviously, but better planning for it, I think. That is really the problem. He doesn't plan to drive the big truck. And then, so when he does, it's putting us over in the gas category, because the gas that I budget for the week doesn't include filling up the big truck. And sometimes he'll drive the big truck to a particular location and then still have to put gas into the Camry, and that is obviously busting our budget as well. So it would be nice if we could eliminate fast food altogether. I know Dave Ramsey says if you're in debt, the only time you should see the inside of a restaurant is when you're working in one. But I don't know if obviously I will cut down. I did cut down on going to Dunkin' Donuts from 3 times a week to 1 time a week. And that's cool. I just don't know if that's something I'm willing to eliminate, but definitely decrease, I think, is doable. So that is it for the reflections for our budget for the month of March. Again, I'm excited that we're not drastically over in so many categories. I'm also excited that we were able to meet our goal of paying down the city card by $2,000. And that is really it. So that is it for March monthly budget closeout. If you have watched this far, I really appreciate it. If you have not already subscribed to follow our 6-figure journey, please be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you here to follow our journey and our monthly budgets, weekly budgets, all of that, to get out of $305,884 worth of debt. If you would like more short form, consistent content, you can follow me over on Instagram as well as TikTok. They're both the same handle, Shirria Mac in Debt. And if you know someone who is in 6 figures worth of debt or in debt, period, and on a debt-free journey, and you feel like they may be inspired and informed by my journey, please make sure to share this channel with them so that they can follow. And that is it for March monthly budget closeout. Thank you so very much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.